On behalf of the Connecticut Department of Veterans Affairs, I'd like to welcome you to the 3 p.m. presentation of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, presented by Scott Hurley. I'd like to cover a few ground rules for the presentation. This session will be recorded. We will be muting all microphones at the start of the presentation. To ask questions, please type them in the chat area and the moderator will review and pass along to the presenter. If you are unable to utilize the chat, please use the raise your hand feature and you will be called on. Both are located on the bar when you scroll over the meeting screen. Please do not share any personal identifiable information as these sessions are non-confidential. We suggest you keep your camera off as this helps with bandwidth to keep bandwidth down and improves connectivity. Thank you and enjoy the presentation.
Okay, does that mean I can start now?
It's all yours, Scott.
Okay, I was expecting a cue there. Okay. Okay, I'm Scott Hurley. I'm the Veterans Service Officer for the VFW. I was born in New Hampshire and moved to Connecticut in the 1980s. My grandfather served in World War II, one in Korea. My father served in the Marines in Vietnam. I graduated from Manchester High School in 1990, joined the Air Force in 91, retired after serving 20 years of active service. I worked for the airlines and in general aviation after retiring up at Bradley Airport. My expectations are to make sure that every veteran is taken care of. What will I be going over today? I'll be going over what a service officer does, who helps out the VSO, what to do when filing a claim or for benefits, getting your records, other resources that are available to you. What does a veteran service officer do? We file claims on your behalf and your families to make sure that you are all accorded the benefits that you are deserving of. This helps with making sure that you have the proper claims in for proper disability ratings and all that. We help you apply for benefits and assist in explaining them to you as the need arises. We help out veterans in understanding their benefits and correspondence with the VA, meaning any letters you get back from the VA, you don't have an understanding of what they're talking about, then we can go about and explain it to you. We also assist veterans in updating their DD Form 214s. A lot of medals and or ribbons have popped up over the years after your time in service. The most notable one right now is the Korean Defense Service Medal. It's retroactive to 1954. So for you Korean vets that served after the Korean War in Korea, that medal is accorded to you. All you would need is your proper records. So we can do that. Who helps myself out? Well, I have to have help as well as any other person in any other type of setting. My claims consultant is Linda. As you can see, that's her contact information there. She's our claims consultant. She helps out making sure that your claims are submitted properly, as well as if anything comes in that you don't understand, she can help you get it rectified as well. Also, every VFW post in the state of Connecticut has a service officer that they have appointed to them inside the post itself, and they are my first line of defense, you could say. They're the ones that you would go to first primarily, and then they would recommend you to me. And they can also help you fill out forms as well as other stuff that goes on. And your families can also get in touch with them after you have deceased for various things as well. It's not that hard to do. Every post, like I said, has one. Some towns, yes, do not have VFW posts, but you can go to the next town over and get a hold of them. Your town should have a listing of all the posts in town. Other posts from other organizations are also in town as well, that also would have service officers. And they also would have VSOs just like myself. They're my counterparts, you could say. Now, this is where we get into the nice little bit of the meat and the potatoes of what you need. You have to have all your information that you need to file for claims, mainly your medical records. And your records are going to be stored either in St. Louis or with the branch of service that you were in. And this all changed if you left the service after 2002 for the Army, 2004 for all other services, with the exception of the Coast Guard. Your records are now with the branch. Wow. That was weird. With your branch of service now after 2014, it did go to the VA after 2002 and 2004. So beware of where your records are at this time. If you were discharged before 2002 and 2004, depending on branch of service, like I said, the Army was in 2002, your records are in St. Louis. So you would contact St. Louis for them. When you come to us to file a claim, you have to fill out a 2122 to allow us to represent you for your claim. This will acknowledge that we are acting on your behalf to the VA. There are many different avenues of filing your claim, but this one is probably the best one because in case something should happen, you have somebody that can talk for you and understands what's actually going on when you refile for an appeal. After you've filled it out, you come and talk to us. We can also have you fill it out right then and there as well. So you don't have to come to us with the 2122 already filled out. We can fill it out in the office itself. So you don't have to worry about that. Getting your records, like I said earlier, prior to 2002 or 2004, all records are stored in St. Louis. If you were discharged, retired, or even deceased after 2004 or 2002, in your respective, it's held by your respective branch of service. And those would be Air Force Personnel Center, the Army's Human Resource Center. I have all that information on another slide. The Navy records, the Marine Corps records, Coast Guard, etc. Your medical records, the same thing. They were held prior to 2002 in St. Louis. Then after 2002 for the Army, it went to the VA. Now it's changed to the specific branch of service, with the exception of the Coast Guard, which still sends theirs to the VA. This is something that's important that I found out recently. If you were discharged in 1958, your records are now public. So be aware of that. So if you are not originally from the state of Connecticut, your records can be looked at by somebody else from your home state if they're doing a research project or trying to find out more information about who served in the military, etc. So just be aware of that. Right there, after 62 years, they do become public records. I do not know how the specific branches of service are going to handle that. It may be the same. I do not know right off the top of my head. So how do you get your records? Well, you have to, for St. Louis, you have to fill out the SF-180 form with all the information about yourself, or if your next of kin is sending it in for their records for the veteran itself. And then you send it to the proper place for it to be processed. And like I said, you have to contact the specific branch of service for if you have to fill out an SF-180. Before they changed everything in the early 2000s, yeah, all the records, like I said, are in St. Louis. St. Louis, with the exception of everybody knows about the fire of 73, records were destroyed. They are in the process of reconstituting some of those records, which is amazing with the technology we have. So if you think you lost your records in that time frame, they'll actually tell you if you did. And they may even have reconstructed a partial of it, and they'll be able to send it to you. But after 73, they were actually sending out for individuals to send copies of their records back for the fire. Back in 2011, they moved to a new facility, and that is their current address that I have displayed right now. It's a more modern facility than what they were in. The old facility was, they outgrew it, basically. Now, these are all the addresses for the Army and Air Force's personnel centers. These are the ones that you would go to if you were in these branches of service and you served after 2002 and 4, if you were discharged or retired. And again, with the medical records, that's why there's an asterisk by the medical record one. That's where you would send for your medical records after 2014. Prior to that, it would be the VA. A lot of changes have occurred in the last 20 years. And this is the Navy's and Marine Corps. The Marine Corps Reserve is also there. The Coast Guard has their own as well. And then there's the Department of Veterans Affairs. Like I said, records there were being sent after 2002 for the Army and all others until 2014 as well, after 2004. Now, the National Guard, they're in a peculiar situation with the records. When they are called up for active duty, when they are released from it, their DD Form 214s are with the personnel centers of the branch of service, the Air Force or Army, after they are discharged. So they'd have to contact them for the 214s. All other paperwork, per se, is with the Adjutant General of the appropriate state, DC or Puerto Rico. So depending on what you are looking for, what you need to update, etc., you have to go to, like I said, each, depending on where you're going to, which ones. These are some of the websites that you are in here. One of the newer ones is the My Health one. That's where veterans that are in the VA system, they can access their records and make appointments, order pharmacy, etc. online. The Veterans Affairs at the top, with all information concerning the VA and what to do. And then the Connecticut Department of Veterans Affairs site. They have all the information as well as some of the other stuff, like the Connecticut Veterans Cemeteries for the state. This one is very important. If you or you know somebody that might need this, it's a suicide hotline. They can get in touch with somebody. And in fact, they get a lot of calls. And as I understand it, they are upgrading the systems as I speak. And if you want to chat with somebody, if you have a computer, they have a chat one at the site itself. So you can log in that way. And this is the Connecticut, VFW Connecticut link, where my page is at. You would scroll down and See where it says service officer. Everything I talked about today is on that page. Not much other than that. It will be updated on a regular basis. So come back and check it out every now and again. A lot of the information will still remain the same. Other information will not. It all depends. And this is what I've gone over. I've gone over what the service officer does, who helps the service officer, what to do when filing a claim, how to get your records and from where, resources that are available to you. Oops, wrong thing. And this is my contact information. There is another email address, but that is not current. Also, the first number, phone number, is the office phone number. I am not available in the office at this time because I can't get into it because of all the COVID stuff, but my home phone number is there if you need to get a hold of me for anything. Email would probably be the fastest way because my phone, I may be away from it, so I can't answer it immediately, but you can still leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And with that, any questions? And I thought I was going to be a little bit longer than that.
Scott, I don't see anyone asking questions in the chat.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for me or any general questions for that matter? Or do you need to see some of the slides again to get some information off?
Hey, Scott, this is Alan Gerard. I'm listed as Phil Gerard. Just thanks. I'm with Post 9617 down in Stamford. Thanks for the presentation. And I may reach out to you separately to maybe get a copy and present it to my post. I'm the VSO there as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. So thanks, Scott. Yep.
Yeah. Do I have your email address?
You do. I just got an email from you about requesting information on those that had care outside the VA. So I'm trying to get that information to see if anybody is.
Yeah, I already sent in the information.
Okay.
I had nothing else. I only had one person respond back about it, but I had such a short suspense date.
Right. I think most of my members, they use the VA. I don't think they go outside. So.
Yeah. Okay. No problem there.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
There's a question. What is the post for Groton Mystic?
Oh, good. Good question. I don't know if that will cause me. Well, I'll have to get back on that one because I don't have anybody listed or a city for that. I'll have to look it up real quick.
Hi, Scott. This is John Pesky. I can give you my contact information and you can text it to me.
Okay.
My phone number is 760-822-9784.
822-9784.
And that's 760 area code for Southern California.
So, yeah, a lot of people still have their old cell phone numbers.
Right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
What was the city he was looking for a post in?
Groton Mystic.
Yeah, there's one in New London. It's
Yeah.
post 189 Murphy Rathbun Post. That's right next to Groton, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I didn't see anything for it.
Yeah, it's on Garfield Avenue in New London. I have a number. The number there they have is 860-447-9059.
Oh, and I just found Mystics.
Okay.
Mystic is 189 post. Yeah. Did you say Murphy Rathbun post 189?
Yeah, post 189 in New London, Connecticut.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, he lives in District. Yeah, the service officer lives in Mystic.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I'm brand new per se, 2 months worth. So bear with me with a lot of things. Shrink that down. Go back to the front. Let's see.
Scott, I'm not seeing any more questions,
Okay.
so I think we are good.
Okay.
Thank you so very much for your
You're
presentation.
welcome.
Have a good night.
You too.